Breaking news this morning, Today, Ottawa is taking a major step against gun violence in Canada.
Effective immediately, it is no longer permitted to buy, sell, transport, import, or use military-grade assault weapons in this country. To protect law-abiding gun owners from criminal liability until they can take steps to comply with this new law, there will be a 2-year amnesty period, and we will legislate fair compensation.
If your job has been impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, starting today, you can apply for BC's emergency benefit for workers. The $1,000 benefit is a one-time tax-free payment. If you qualify for CERB, you are likely eligible for the BC benefit. Payments are expected to be processed within days of application, although there could be some initial delays. Applications can be made online at gov.bc.ca. Well, it's great news for golfers. 2 Vancouver courses are opening up today with physical distancing and limited tee times in place. Our Greg Harper is live at McCleary Golf Course with more on this. Good morning, Greg. It is just beautiful out.
It is. Good morning, Mary. Yes, here at McCleary Golf Course. Michelle, Jason behind me. Good luck, boys. Waiting to tee off. The McCleary Open, first tee. Overcast right now. That's my golf voice. Yeah, you know what? It is a great day for a golfer because 2 public courses in the city are up and running again, McCleary and Fraserview as well, but with some restrictions. The tee times are limited, actually cut in half. Every 18 minutes you're allowed to tee off. Normally it's every 9 minutes. They are allowing foursomes. They are allowing players to use carts, but only one person allowed in the cart. And I can tell you they're being very strict here with the physical distancing. A marshal came over not long ago to a foursome and just said, guys, you know, make sure you keep your distance. There's zero tolerance here. We need to maintain our physical distancing as the pandemic continues. But you know what? For many avid golfers, they're just happy to finally get out on the links once again.
Well, great to be able to get up there and have a swing at it. Golf is so much fun from the standpoint of getting out. It's a great 4 hours, 4.5, so it's absolutely great to be have the chance again.
Oh, Jason and Michelle, I was hoping to get a live shot on camera. Maybe next time.
Still got to do our waiting.
Yeah, do their waiting. Okay, again, good luck. Langara is the only public course now in Vancouver that remains closed. That's because they're using the clubhouse to help feed residents in the downtown east side. The pitch and putts remain closed as well. Mary, over to you.
Thank you so much, Greg. 9:01 now on Breakfast Television. Health Canada, with the help of the RCMP, has seized 1,500 unauthorized COVID-19 test kits from a home in Richmond. Police say they were being sold online. They are not fake, but they have not been approved by Health Canada. BC's top doctor says COVID-19 test kits, including those used by the province, are only effective if you are showing symptoms.
If you have no symptoms and it's negative, it really doesn't tell you anything at all. It's not a valid test. It doesn't help you. It doesn't mean that you're safe because you could have been exposed to the virus potentially and you're still in the incubation period. The test is negative today, but you may start developing symptoms tomorrow.
There have been 2 more COVID-19 deaths in BC, but other numbers around our province have been dropping. There are 25 new reported cases. That's down from 9 yesterday. 5 people have been released from intensive care. 7 are well enough to leave the hospital and go home. Another 12 inmates at Mission Institution have tested positive. Dr. Bonnie Henry says it's been 100 days since BC issued its first statement about the novel coronavirus.
We did it because we were concerned about what this detection in China at the time might mean for all of us and how this virus that we needed to pay attention to, that we needed to start thinking about preparing for the possibility that was coming here to British Columbia. We want you to know that the risks of what now we know is COVID-19, what they could be, and what they could be in China and with travel initially, and then as it spread around the world.
Dr. Henry is going to present new modeling numbers on Monday. Premier John Horgan is expected to use the modeling to help decide how and when to ease restrictions and to reopen BC's economy. The Lower Mainland's only preschool for deaf children is set to close its doors permanently this summer. As Isabel Brigham has found, an online petition has been growing rapidly, trying to get more public support.
What's your name?
Z-O-E.
Yeah?
Zoe.
4-year-old Zoe loves to socialize with people, which at times is challenging since she has moderate to severe hearing loss.
In noisy environments, she struggles to hear speech.
We've gotten her connected to the deaf community. She's got friends who are deaf. She knows almost more sign language than I do, which is pretty amazing.
Her parents say a lot of that is thanks to her preschool program for deaf and hard of hearing children. It's why they're devastated it will no longer be there come September.
She came to life in that preschool, right? It was the first time she was able to relate to other kids.
The Lower Mainland's only preschool for deaf children runs out of South Slope Elementary in Burnaby. But without critical funding, it's slated to close permanently this summer. Some parents are now joining forces and pleading with the government to step up and save it.
We were looking to expand over the next few years, and here we are finding ourselves in a position of, potentially having to close our doors.
The Deaf Children's Society of BC says just as it's been trying to adapt with COVID, it has learned the preschool will be losing all of its provincial funding in the fall. At the moment, parents pay monthly rates comparable to any neighborhood preschool, but without provincial support, they'd have to pay thousands more for the specialized program. With few families able to afford it, the center says the 15 kids enrolled will have to go to local preschools.
It would actually end up costing the ministry much more money than it would to just keep our center open. So now you would have 10 to 15 deaf children requiring one-on-one support from an early childhood educator that is fluent in sign language.
In a statement to City News, the Ministry of Children and Family Development says, in part, we understand the pressures that they're feeling. Ministry staff will continue to work with the contractor and subcontractors to find solutions. Zoe's father has now launched an online petition to rally support.
I just want to see her happy and I want to see her succeed. And I need this government's help in order to do that.
In Burnaby, Isabel Regam, City News.
9:05 on Breakfast Television. Transit police have arrested a man who attacked a young woman on the SkyTrain last weekend. It happened on Saturday morning between Waterfront and Burrard stations. Police say she was left with a bloody nose and swollen face. The suspect was arrested on Wednesday night, just hours after police released video of him. 51-year-old Sandy Sanderson appeared in court yesterday morning. He's been charged with assault causing bodily harm and mischief. Sanderson is known to police. An argument on the streets of Surrey led to a police bust of drugs, stolen ID, and bank cards. RCMP say this happened last week in Newton. During the spat, officers noticed a car sitting nearby with no one inside. Police searched the vehicle and found pills, cocaine, and fentanyl. No charges have been laid at this time. With fewer vehicles on the road due to COVID-19, the city of Surrey is ramping up its annual road construction projects. Summer street and infrastructure repairs have been brought forward. Contractors are also allowed to do full road closures on large projects and work longer hours. One of the bigger projects involves construction of a major Metro Vancouver water main along 148th Street from the Fraser River to 96th Avenue. This project is expected to be done a full year ahead of schedule. We'll get set to pay at all Metro Vancouver parking meters again. The city has returned to its regular system of enforcement for residents and businesses. It had relaxed the rules at the end of March as a way to support essential workers during the health crisis. Well, it's the moment athletes dream of from a young age, hearing a professional sports team draft their name. Lindsay Dunn catches up with a Canadian football player who's heading to the NFL.
With the 49th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Chase Claypool, wide receiver, Notre Dame. Welcome to the Steel City, Chase. Here we go.
So I still have to go through my messages because it was kind of stressful kind of seeing the number. knowing how long it would take to respond to each one. So I'm still trying to do that.
The Abbotsford native talking about the thousands of people who have reached out to him since the moment he became the highest Canadian draft pick in the NFL in almost a decade. And his football dreams finally came true.
What has the last week of your life been like?
Yeah, obviously super crazy, pretty surreal. You know, it's starting to set in now. Right after the whole decision, it kind of took a minute to kind of set in. And looking at Steelers highlights, you kind of look at those guys and like, damn, like those are my teammates now. So it's still a little crazy.
His journey to the NFL is unique. Chase felt he wasn't getting enough traction from college scouts, so he put his football highlights on social media. Shortly after, the scouts came calling. He signed with Notre Dame, and now he's on his way to the NFL.
Definitely a crazy journey, especially kind of how I got here, just, you know, not really expecting to be D1. And then, you know, now I'm winding up here in the NFL. It's kind of crazy to look back at it.
It took a lot of hard work and dedication for the star, who will be wearing number 11, to get where he is. And he says his parents couldn't be happier for him, including his dad, who is already repping the team with a Steelers jacket.
I don't think it's set in for them either. I think, you know, my dad obviously is super excited to rock some black and yellow, but I think I'm going to need that jacket first.
Now, his parents aren't the only ones excited for the Canuck. Each year, thousands of Canadians go south to watch NFL games and have already been reaching out to him.
It's going to be awesome to see that support. You know, I've already had a wave of support come in from Canadian NFL fans, so I'm excited to kind of see that in person.
Chase wasn't the only Canadian selected in the NFL draft this year. Ottawa's Neville Gallimore was selected by the Dallas Cowboys. For City News in Toronto, I'm Lindsay Dunn.
9:10 on Breakfast Television. The Trout Lake Farmers Market opens for the summer season at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Physical distancing and safety measures are in place. The first half hour will be reserved for seniors and those most vulnerable to COVID-19. Organizers are urging shoppers to send only one member of the household and keep interactions to a minimum. You can save time and order online at VFM Online Orders. For more information, go to eatlocal.org. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll have more BT coming up as we wait for another announcement in Ottawa from the federal ministers. Stay with us.